If you feel behind with money, I want to start by saying this clearly. You are not broken, irresponsible, or late to life. Feeling behind with money is one of the most common experiences people have, especially women, and yet it is rarely spoken about honestly. We carry it quietly, we compare ourselves silently, and we assume everyone else has figured something out that we somehow missed. So let us talk about this properly. First, we need to separate facts from feelings. Feeling behind is an emotion. It is not a financial diagnosis. Most people feel behind not because their situation is objectively bad, but because they are comparing their inside to someone else's outside. We see salaries, lifestyles, investments, milestones without context. We do not see family support, timing, luck, health, or invisible setbacks. So the first shift is this: stop using comparison as your reference point. Comparison distorts reality. It compresses timelines. It ignores context. And it creates urgency where none is required. Instead, your only meaningful reference point is your own starting point. The second thing to understand is that money progress is not linear. We imagine financial life as a straight line: earn more, save more, invest, feel secure. In reality, it looks nothing like that. People pause. They start over. They take breaks. They make mistakes. They change countries, careers, relationships, priorities. If your financial life has had interruptions, that does not mean you failed. It means you lived. Feeling behind often comes from expecting a smooth path in a world that does not offer one. The third shift is to stop asking, "Why am I behind?" and start asking, "Where am I actually standing?" This is a crucial difference. When you ask why, your mind goes to blame. When you ask where, your mind goes to clarity. So instead of judging yourself, do this calmly. What do I earn today? What do I spend today? What do I have saved or invested today? What do I owe today? No drama, no story, just facts. Clarity is grounding. It reduces fear instantly. The fourth thing to understand is that most people start building real financial stability later than they admit. The idea that everyone has investments, property, and clarity by their late 20s or early 30s is simply not true. Many people start properly in their 30s, 40s, or even later, and still build strong, stable financial lives. Money rewards consistency more than timing. Starting late is far less damaging than never starting because you feel ashamed. The fifth shift is to redefine what being behind actually means. Being behind does not mean not owning property, not investing yet, not earning a certain number. Being behind only means one thing: not knowing your next step. Once you know your next step, you are no longer behind. You are in motion. Your next step does not need to be dramatic. It might simply be building a small emergency fund, understanding how investing works, automating savings, learning how to negotiate, tracking your money for the first time. Progress begins with direction, not speed. The sixth thing to address is the emotional weight around money. Feeling behind often carries shame. Shame makes people freeze. And frozen people do not make good decisions. So here is something important. You do not need to fix everything to be allowed to feel calm. Calm comes from structure, not perfection. One system, one habit, one clear plan. That is enough to change how you feel about money. The seventh shift is to move from panic thinking to long-term thinking. When you feel behind, your brain wants urgency. Urgency leads to risky decisions, unrealistic expectations, or complete avoidance. Long-term thinking sounds like this: I have time. I can build this step by step. Small actions compound. I do not need to catch up to anyone. Money grows quietly, not dramatically. The eighth thing to remember is this: your worth is not delayed because your finances feel delayed. Money is a tool, not a scoreboard, not a measure of intelligence, not a measure of effort. not a measure of character. Many capable, thoughtful, intelligent people feel behind with money simply because they were never taught how to think about it properly. And that is not a personal failure. That is a systemic gap. So if you feel behind, here is a calmer way to reframe it. You are not behind. You are becoming aware. Awareness is the real starting line. Once you see clearly, you can act intentionally. Once you act intentionally, momentum builds. And once momentum builds, confidence follows. You do not need to rush. You do not need to catch up. You only need to keep moving gently, consistently, and on your own terms. That is how financial confidence is built.